pleasure of mine to be able to have an opportunity to address you and also wish you a very happy 2022, a happy new year. I was just reflecting a few minutes ago, and of course, we have had three such holidays. We've been able to experience the introduction of a new year together for 2020, 2021, and now 2022. This is a presentation that is going to be surrounded by, I think, an awful lot of excitement, anticipation, a lot of members, of course, in all four corners of the planet, curious about the future of CFX and what the company has in store, what types of things the company's been working very, very hard on and behind the scenes. This is not going to be where all of those things are divulged, but if you listen very carefully, there are going to be some hints as to what's going to be rolling out at certain parts of 2022. This is going to be We've had a very exciting run, and for a project such as ours in the Forex space, to be celebrating 3 years together is an incredibly significant achievement. Many members that are new to the home-based business space have no idea just how significant accomplishment that is. I think many people just assume that network marketing companies operate exactly the same way that traditional, let's say, a small business does. But the types of challenges, of course, that a global and international company has met with during its first 24 to 36 months is monumental compared to, of course, any small or medium-sized enterprise. And so with that comes all the types of growth pains and growth curves and incredible financial investments and spends that are required to not only launch, but keep a company like this moving forward successfully. So there are going to be some things rolling out this calendar year that I know at different points of the year are going to have ear-to-ear grins on the faces of all of you. I'm certainly looking forward to those things. But what I'm also looking forward to is the opportunity to meet many of you who've been asking very patiently to be able to come down to our corporate facility, our corporate offices for private tours and group tours. Of course, that's something else we're going to talk about today as well. So, in fact, Huascar, why don't we go through the table of contents and we'll get a bit of a glance at the things that we're going to focus on during the course of this presentation. Of course, the most important thing is point number one, our message from our CEO, which is just moments away. We're also going to talk about platform updates. Of course, many of you have been on pins and needles watching and waiting as to what's going on as far as platform updates, payment processor updates, withdraws, getting all of your withdraws to you. And we're also going to talk about and bring you up to speed on some of the behind the scenes regarding the original wallet system and some of the changes that are being made to really prepare us for what's going to end up being a very substantial year 2022. And then, of course, I think we're also going to focus a little bit on, well, I've already mentioned, just a bit of a hint. You're going to have to listen very carefully because there are not going to be any official announcements in regards to the big pieces that are coming into place this year. But I know Huascar is going to share, I know he's desperately wants to share details with you. But as you know, in a project like this, when other company purchases and licenses and very significant contributions from legal teams on both parties' sides. There are certain things that can't be said until all deals are inked. Signature on those, the ink on those signatures is dry. But you're gonna get a bit of a hint as to some of those exciting things that are coming. Also, we are going to, as we promised, we're going to roll out a calendar for you. It probably will be towards the end of this month. Of course, you can start planning for February to come meet our absolutely amazing staff that are full-time in the Panama headquarters and start essentially setting dates for you and your teams to come to someplace tropical. If you're living in the Northern Hemisphere, maybe take a bit of a bite out of winter and come and hang out with us for a little while in the corporate offices in Panama. So that calendar will also be rolling out very soon, and Huascar will be talking about that probably in about 45 minutes from now. So let's kick off this 2022 with some enthusiasm. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here. I'm very excited to see what's to come this coming year and also what's to come during the course of this call. So Huascar, please, sir, all eyes are on you. We're so excited to see you back in your home turf. Look at that background.
Thank you very much, John. Wow. Yes, I decided to come out here on the terrace and show how happy I am to be here back at home, after almost two months out. And after that amazing cruise celebration 2 year anniversary that we have, and after I met remarkable people and great leadership, and I was exposed, on such a tremendous testimonies for people that you just knew by text or on a call or a virtual event, and I had the chance and the privilege to meet them, and for me was very nice for sure. Happy New Year, John. Happy
Happy New Year to you as
2022.
well. I'm very excited to see what 2022 holds.
And happy and prosperous 2022 for all of you that are watching, part of our global membership that we call family and CFX. We are very proud and very happy to share everything with you. And of course, in a good times and not such a good times, we always bond together with you, because that's what we do. We work for um, make our life better, and give away some prosperity and help as many people as we can as a company. It is very emotive beginning of the year, John, as we go through enhancement, modifications, updates in our platform. And I know that most of you are eager to listen about some of that impacting news, and also the things that we are achieving behind the scenes and that are starting to happen already in regards our company. First of all, I wanted to thank God starting the call, because He's the one providing all the knowledge, the discernment, the creativity. He's the one pushing us forward in everything that we do. We work in a family company. Everybody is considered, the staff and everybody behind the scenes are considered family, and around our family participate in the events that the company does. And we are very open and transparent, um, public people. And I think it's really important to start the call sending that message out to the field, sending that message that we are human beings that are looking for the better of the people, and to prosper our family and yours, because sometimes we are exposed to so many news, like we are exposed in social media, fake news, negativity, and things. There are bad experiences that we comment in the past, and then we live through, because we live by energy, and everything that we allow to go into our circle, into our minds, into our hearts, and what we listen and what we read impact our lives. And it's really very important to understand and to be aware of that, guys. It is really important that we pay attention about facts, how the things are being done, and other things that I will comment here today, because it is worth it to get in touch into those details that many of you probably away for holidays, being traveling, being battling with COVID-19, things that are happening around the world. It is amazing what we're seeing during this couple of weeks. I think this new variant are impacting very much, because people lower the guard based on a test result, and I never seen anything like it since the beginning of the pandemic. So many people that I know and others with Macron variant, and with the coronavirus and everything. The good news is not deadly. Most of the people, is got a flu, very hard pain, and then they go through it. But the main and important message here today is that we stay away most of the December. We end up at the beginning of December after our cruise in Italy, very heavily equipped, many things to send out, many things to get done. And we find out that our company um, needed a lot of tremendous muscle and background to protect our forts. And I'm going to talk a little bit ahead of that, but I wanted to express my condolence for those in need, for those people out there that are part of our global family that during our holidays probably were not so good. And remember back at the beginning of December, we had that call after we arrived from the cruise. I was in Genova out there with really, really cold. And I decided to do the call in front of the top of the city on that part. And we commit to deliver. And I'm glad that we did. I'm glad that we did 100% of our effort to deliver and overcome many obstacles in terms of technology to dispatch massive payouts. We cannot say we succeed 100%, and we understand that, but at least we feel confident in our capacity that we did 100% of our effort that that was in our hand to deliver, and we move ahead. We move forward a lot. A lot of people receive payouts, but let me tell you, outside our normal procedures, outside our system, I think, John, is worth it to mention that the future of the company relies in our ability to adjust and overcome last minute obstacles. I think the future of our company relies on our ability to improvise and to be more and beyond of our abilities to deliver, and that's what we did. I think we are one of the only companies in the space that we're off in terms of the ability of selling packages and educational trade packages, services, upgrades. We are the only company that was off, and I will explain you in a bit. Almost a month off, but still during the month of December, we were sending payouts out there in the field, a lot of thousands of payouts out there. And I think you guys, it is important that you understand that because of our commitment, our word, what we say, you know. And that lead me into a next point that is security over the internet and secure our platform. Once we arrived from the cruise, guys, we find out that we were heavily attacked. And there is not only money; it's a little bit of money because our your assets, and the company assets are not fully there in the platform, as it is not into our procedures to leave assets there. But there is, in terms of security, a lot of information, know-how, infrastructure, and all that is coming to place into that. And I think it was the first time over 2.5 years that we communicate that in a press release over the back office, and we comment on that, and we say this is the situation. We've been seeing a breach of security, and find out later after the cruise, because it was a lot of disconnection, right, John? Because of the internet, it was over in the ocean. It was sometimes that even though they had satellite, but It was a lot of time that we were off.
Yeah, it was basically like doing business in the 1990s.
Exactly. It was very difficult. I think when we arrived to each city during the cruise, it was when we had connection because of the towers in the city. But my point is, once we settled in the city, that we got off of the ship, and we could establish what was going on. It was really severe, and we find out that many companies around the internet had the same problem with a new exploit login uh, hack, that those people, those young kids, very very handy on the internet, exploit in different companies, and hundreds of companies, very terrifying, in the last 10, 12 years, 15 years in internet. We saw many articles and developers forums talking about this type of things, and that's what happened. And that's why you guys couldn't enroll new members eager to join our company. That's why we couldn't receive any payment, because we stopped operation. We couldn't continue. We had to stop and then assess, change all that, update all the libraries, update all that in terms of programming. And I'm not gonna, of course, talk about detail because that's too technical. But it was a little bit of sweet bitter feeling, because I was with my family in Europe, and during this situation, we decided to stay in Europe for Christmas, away from our families, and in a different environment that I'd rather not comment. But it is imperative that first we understand the magnitude and the behavior of CFX corporate, how we behave during these past 2.5 years, because we've been a company that delivers on our words. They are very transparent with our members. They care about our members. We are not a company that hide behind a fake profile, or promise things that don't deliver. Once we have an issue and we have an things that happen last minute or improvised, we had to communicate and we had to act. But this situation, guys, was pretty hard. As a face of the company and leading director of the company, I can tell you that it was a task and moments of very anxiety and anguish, because I knew the problems that we have in the past months with the payment processor. Um, Once we have the payment processor ready, another thing happened. Another glitch happened. I think people receive in our attempt to deliver during December payouts, double payouts again. We have at least or almost 1,000 people that receive money in advance from those requests. So I understand how you must feel when you have to provide for your families. I understand that. I know many testimonies, John, from people that quit their jobs, dedicate full time to our company, to build their teams. They love our company. Um, I think many people never had success the way they have with us in the past, and we feel very proud of that. But also, I understand how it feels when you are against the wall without providing to our family, or without be able to pay your bill, to be able to buy a gift for your son, to take care of your mother. I mean, it kills me to see that, because we work for that. We work to deliver and to make people's life better. And I could not hold my tears. We did an event in I think it was Genova. A lot of people travel from Ireland and different places, and we meet people, and I was very very emotional because I knew all the things that was happening in the company, and sometimes we feel powerless. And I'm not ashamed to say it because we're human beings. We are not Superman. We're not super CEOs. It is not only us that carry on the company. It's many people, talented people, smart people behind the company that delivers. And we were so sensitive to hear those testimonies of people that could be on the ship in a wheelchair with the mother sitting on the wheelchair in tears telling me, thank you very much, because of you, I have to quit my job. I could quit my job, take care of my mother, and supply and be here with her in this cruise for the first time in the last 3 years. Guys, I mean, you need to, I don't know. I mean, I don't know you, what you think, but for me, that's something very powerful. And that's at the end of the day what we need to pay attention to it. So
this is very powerful, Huascar, because it's the realization of a vision. I mean, we've told the members for years now that CFX existed as a concept. Obviously, Edwin and his team were trading successfully for years before CFX existed, and then the two of you had an epiphany. Could we wrap a really powerful compensation plan, something that the industry has never seen before? Ironically, now we're starting to see companies copy the CFX compensation plan or elements of it because it's providing so much money for so many members. But this is a culmination of a vision that you had many, many years ago. So to have those types of things happen, to have members be able to report those types of testimonials is it's truly an amazing thing. And then to stack on top of it the challenges that we've had during the month of December, so that those people that you now know obviously rely on those income sources couldn't all get paid. I know that weighs heavy on you, and I understand you're trying to make sure it's crystal clear to the field how heavy it weighs on all of the corporate staff. I think that before we move on to this off this slide, I think it might also be advantageous, without getting too specific, for the field to know some of the work that was done by the technical staff, because we're always bragging about our technical staff. Listen, just so everybody knows, the attacks, the magnitude that we've been through, shut companies down. They completely shut companies down. You've all seen it in the past. Sometimes you think it's an excuse. Sometimes you know it's not an excuse, and the companies just absolutely got smashed by hackers or by third-party out of control sources that just took them by surprise. Well, this is one of those things that certainly took CFX by surprise. But I don't think Huascar will mind my at least telling you this, that programming staff were working 24 hours a day in shifts around the clock for very extended critical times to make sure that that wasn't our fate, that the fate of the company was going to move forward, and all of you over time will receive everything that's due to you, and that we're going to have the satisfaction of being launching all of the exciting things that Edwin was talking about on stage during the cruise.
Well, actually, John, is really critical and very, very important that what you mentioned, because some of the things that are being done are completely out of the blue in the mind of the, in a regular guys, like they are not programmed, they are not part of the programming staff like me. I mean, some of the things that I learned and I be able to see in the past years is blowing away my mind, because it is impressive the time consuming and the details that you need to have in order to secure a platform. And before CFX, we often joke about, wow, so many companies in MLM space are scams, and how many companies actually put themselves behind they've been hacked, on the story that they've been hacked, oh, another lines, and it's important that people understand that how many times we've been under attack in the last 2.5 years. Of course, we don't communicate that, we don't say that, because it's this, we are in a business of trust and confident, but it
Well,
is
you've
really
also,
important.
yeah, sorry, just to interject, you've also fully committed yourself to having a team that can manage those things. So there's no point in constantly alarming the field every time it happens, because we expected it to happen. And newsflash for all of our members that perhaps are a little surprised: the more successful that we become in 2022, the more it's going to happen. Now, that does not mean we're going to have serious downtimes. In fact, that was one of the reasons that so many resources were spent. And I'm not sure how much information you're going to get in the next few minutes, but let's just say that the work that has recently been done puts us in very good shape right now.
Very good shape, because we took a month to update all the system and everything that is been going on. But let's be honest, guys, teeth, hackers and people dedicated to do this type of things, they have all the time in the world to sit down and figure it out and study and follow you up. And they are waiting for us to make an announcement to go and see, okay, they are paying, that let me see how many bitcoins I can get, and they've been trying unsuccessfully for the last 2.5 years. We've been privileged to have a very good programming team that secure our fort, and also a risk management that we put only there while we are going to pay out. It's really important that you understand that your assets are secure, and the way we build the ecosystem was for long term. We never built a company or a website and an internet with a weak infrastructure. If it was the case, we no longer been here. We are here because of that. But it is really important to understand that in this growth is a pain, a growing pain that we're facing at the time that we are expanding our capabilities. And of course, we never expected to be in another way at the end of December, when at the end of November, beginning of December, when we promised that we're going to deliver, because Bitcoin dip, volatility, bug in the payment processor, and on top of that, security breach. And of course, we grow a lot during 2021, and we needed to update everything regarding technologically, and looking forward specifically on this exploit that are around there, because it attacks not only us, attacks hundreds of companies around the internet through that specific login issue. But it is really important that we feel confident. We feel very well now that we reassume a week ago operations. It is really nice and reassuring to see the excitement on the field and the membership going in, and take advantage of the opportunity again, and just reassuming building their teams. It is really nice. And also, of course, we've been releasing a lot of payouts, and we search the way to continue delivering while the techniques or the programming team were building the infrastructure and updating the infrastructure. We were pushing payouts, of course, in another way, in a more rudimentary way, but massive payouts. And that's what good leadership does when decision making needed to be implemented. So I think most of the people that receive payouts during December know what I'm talking about. A lot of people receiving payouts during the month of January. And that brings me to talk, John, a little bit about the announcement that we did back in September about the wallet addresses they were duplicating the system. Like many members manage family accounts and they have the same address wallet in many accounts. And also, some of the rookies grab our payment processor, the same address where they purchased the package, they grab that one that is belong to the company, of course, and save it to receive withdrawal when actually they are sending the money, the commissions to us again. And it creates a lot of backlog, it creates a lot of delay in getting the work done to release payouts. And we did that announcement on, I think, on September, but there is a lot of backlog in the system with requests in October and November. We cleared out most of half of October back in December, and that's where we went. We have to stop. But basically, guys, a lot of wallet duplicate wallets is still on the system. A lot of company wallets is still in the system, and the programming team already implemented a warning alert on that area in your back office where people probably will read it right there because it's right there when you save your wallet to not to not get into that mistake again. And it's really important that we update those wallets. We feel very happy that we are releasing and catching up 4 weeks like we promised, and it's our intention to keep it that way. A lot of withdrawals in December are being released, and this is some of the things, John, that when we have and face a storm and you have a faith, confidence, and a belief, and the team that are behind you, and you commit, it is very time consuming and very energy demanding. It was really demanding, actually, the process that we've been through over the past 4 6 weeks. And I cannot imagine us, but I cannot imagine you guys. It's really not good. But the important thing is we are in 2022. We are moving forward. The company have a great people behind it. We are intent to come stronger than ever. And it is really good in this 2022 that we look into the future. And looking back, remember, guys, in order to know where you're going into the future, you need to know your past, but also you need to be aware of the present time in order to look into the future. And John, I think it's wise to mention that not most of the people, but a few people look negative stuff when things are not well. I don't know why. I don't know why they focus on go and searching uh, some Facebook group, some fake profiles. They feed up from a lot of negativity. And I think when people are desperate between the wall and the knife, they do unthinkable stuff. And I say this because most of the fake news that you see out there in social media, they create fake profiles. They don't talk on their behalf. They are scammers hidden in fake profiles, putting fake news and lies, making bullies of networker professional, successful networkers around the globe. People that had tremendous success and they trained themselves for years to be where they are. Texting families of profile with fake profiles, diffusing, slanders, statements, and basically lies. And I never pay attention to any of that because I think I rather focus my energy in the new stuff. But listen, guys, not everybody have the same training and the same focus. And other people are more sensitive than others. So I think it's really important to communicate that looking into the future 2022, we need to walk away from all that. because I don't know why. And I think thieves and how you say vulgar, thief, scammers, um, not too much educated people dedicated to do bad things. They don't care how good you are or how good you are impacting in the world. They just want to tear you apart. But I just want to let you know, those people, that I send my best energies to them. God bless them, because I know in the law of the heaven, they will pay on earth. And I for sure know that they will get what they deserve. And that's why we just don't want to dedicate more time to that, but we are going to walk away from all decentralize that, and we need to look into the future, and we're heading into the future, a more compliant business in 2022. And we've been working on that for the past year and a half, for almost 2 years, because we believe the master plan that we have for CFX and for the company is beyond imagination. Um, and probably you need to trust on every word that we say for the past 2 years and a half, and the promises that we made that we fulfill. And trust and believe that it's going to be that way, because what we are doing is disruptive. It's never been done in MLM history, and it's going to impact the world in a positive way. And just want to tell you one thing: your business never be so strong like it's going to be. All your effort, all you are doing, your structure, your teams, your what you're building is going to last many years. Is going to evolve. I'm gonna say only that, because I think it's worth it. And I don't know if it's something that I'm missing on those statements, Jones. You correct me if I'm missing something. I don't know, but um, it is
Yeah,
important.
there's a lot. There's a lot of details, but I know you can't share them right now. This is why I hinted to this at the beginning of the presentation, that sometimes until legal documents are completed and the ink on the signatures is dry, we can't talk about those things. And that's just unfortunately the case right now. However, we do know that during relatively early into second quarter 2022, which is going to come very soon, members will start to see some of these changes, and they'll start to affect, in fact, their businesses in a very positive and significant way.
Yeah, and it's important that you guys understand that we have something that is very good and unique. Some of the top leadership are already experiencing that. I think we all talk about it since we announced the copy trade um, pre-launch. And I think a lot of people need to know that what we have are in terms of results is very strong, and that's why we started this company. We didn't start this company with a website only, register a member and selling educational packages. No, we started a company because we had a great vision to share and to be a bridge for making people's life better, based on a technology and an algorithm to provide great um, extra income, different stream of income on the forex market. But I think, John, the things that we've done over the past years, it's really evolving. I think we announced our implementation in IA, artificial intelligence, AI, whatever you call it, but it's something that we've been working on, not only expert advisors, but artificial intelligence that are growing, learning, and developing. So those exciting things are coming. And that's why we would like to open, like we talk, our headquarters in Panama for visit in upcoming February. And we're going to put a calendar in the back office for you that wants to learn more, to have trainings, to see our technology working, to learn what we do, and to visit the home of the family of CFX. I think it's a great news that we prepared since last year. I think this type of events like the cruise that you see there, where we met people, we enjoy, we share some news, we recognize leadership, and I think it was a great time we had on that cruise, and it was a dream come true because of the pandemic. We had to stop everything, our plans to do 3 events per year. We had events for 5,000-6,000 people planned that never took place because of the pandemic. And this company is a building face-to-face company. See the growth in people from 3 months to 6 months, and then you meet it on an event and you hand it over a recognition pin. We made, since the start of the company, tons of recognition pins, crafted, very well crafted, very pretty, for doing that. To go to it in a stage and recognize leadership in people, because this was an event after event company. That was our plan all along, you know. So I just want to thank John, or a lot of people that took the time and go through the hassle to buy those tickets to be there with us. I think it was remarkable, the effort that some people took to be there, and I just wanted to pass my gratitude and tell them that how grateful and how happy we were to have them there. Guys, this is Rodrigo Arias. It was the first, I think, in August or September. It was the first lottery winner. He was insanely happy. He's from Chile, very far. He traveled almost 24 hours from Chile in a very long 4-flight tour with train included through Europe to get to Trieste to go with us. And wow, what a nice member and leader. It was the first time he was involved in any of that, and for him was a tremendous experience. I say hi to you, Rodrigo, if you're watching or when you watch this. It was a truly honor to meet you, and I just wanted to point out that, John, because it was only $30. He purchased a ticket, and he ended up having a lifetime experience he will never forget. You know, we planned everything, and he took step by step email, taking one itinerary after the other, explicit, with hotel overnight in different cities, you know, until he get there. And it was truly amazing. And I mentioned that because we need to talk about taking that opportunity, and probably you can be one of those people that in February meet us and meet the corporate staff and have training and have an amazing experience in Panama in our headquarters. So we officially opened our headquarters promotion, and I want to tell you guys that it is open the contest, not only lottery, but this is a leadership promotion that you can start sharing the company with 3 people in the month of January, help them to reach executive, which is very accessible to do. Many people did. And with the 50,000 volume in that group, in the new group, you can be one of the winners to be in Panama with us, with all expenses paid. I think we're going to have a ton of fun. I think it's going to be one of the things that many members wanted to do, John. And of course, we're going to have our lottery as well. Why not? As Rodrigo did, you can be the first winner, second or third winner, with, you know, all expenses paid to visit the headquarters, fly and business, you know, first class, 5-star hotel, 3 nights, the whole weekend, and exclusive access to our headquarter training, event access, and everything. I think you're gonna find everything uh, in your back office, more detail. But I think it will be nice to share this experience with all of you. John, what do you think people will wanted to see in the headquarters, based on your own experience?
I think based on what we saw Tor do with some absolutely fantastic leaders in Norway, I suspect that leaders are going to want to do exactly the same thing. I know there are a lot of people out there, and I'd like to do a bit of a synopsis on this call as well, a bit of a summary. A lot of people out there that not only want to put faces to names, but they also want to shake your hand, shake Edwin's hand. They want to confirm that you're real people and you're fully committed to them and their success. And I think that's probably going to be the most exciting thing for people to come. But when they see some of the elements that are in that office and some of the things that we have prepared for them, then I think that their expectations will expand. And so we're going to focus on leadership development. Many of you have created incomes for yourselves that perhaps you've never been able to create in the past in network marketing. And there are other sort of leadership skills that go along with larger income sources like that. And we're going to help you in the development of those skills as well. Also, it's important, and I know that many of you are just looking for a simple confirmation that the company is financially strong, that it hasn't mismanaged your funds, and that the only reason that you haven't been paid is because of the technical challenges that Huascar has been talking about in this call. And these are opportunities that you're going to have the opportunity to realize, to put your minds at rest, so that 2022 can be a very positive and constructive year for all of you.
Thank you very much for making that as a statement, John, because it's really important that people understand our business model is based on cryptocurrency, but is very strong based on the asset that we retain in the forex market. And I think growing pains and the things looking ahead, and what we are going to develop will make that very clear for a lot of people in the industry. Is going to be very, very explosive. Also, John, it is really important that with the last statement, they say that we are heading into a 4 weeks payout caught up that is already being out payouts in December, and we are in January, and it is our goal to continue doing that, and it is our goal to people understand why we are doing that, and the way that we communicate is directly to you, not in this call, but it's the way directly to you on your inbox, and connecting into the communication directly with the company. But we feel very happy overall, because I think after the storm, it comes a joyful achievement. And I think a lot of people out there are reaching their dreams and are growing with us. I don't want to take more of your time. I think it is important, really, really important, that the company deliver with actions, and that's precisely what we're doing. I think we feel very comfortable with the way that we are starting this 2022. Technological speaking, expanding our staff and services, and receiving you on the Panama headquarters. That soon we will have great news and more things to share, because I wish, John, that we could share more. And then I wish we can be in February or in March, where we can, develop some of the things that we are doing. But rest assured,
that
guys,
time will come soon.
Yeah, it is around the corner. I mean, often we say that 2021, it was a year that passes like lightning. Sometimes we confuse that coronavirus started in 2021. No, it was in 2020 when we started the social movement. Remember, back then by March 2020. Company grew a lot, and I was talking, and I mean, wow, we are heading into the third year of pandemic. You know, it's really changed the world, and I just wanted to say that we are here to continue improving people's life and changing the world. And listen, guys, we are hoping that you have common sense, and then you always look further, and then you always look on the good experience, and then you always analyze the information that you're receiving. It is really important that you look how the company behave and what the company is doing as a real company, not what you listen on internet. Thank you, guys. Happy New Year. Thank you, John, for your time. I think you're always dedicated to the network. So many calls that you have during holidays, so many support in the marketing, and our great staff also. I send everyone a warm, happy, prosper, and healthy 2022. I love you guys. We work for the network, we work for our global membership, and we are continuously delivering. Great and exciting stuff are ahead of us. And I see you in Panama. I hope that you qualify, because in February we shake hands. Thank you, guys. Thank you, John.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Huascar.
Bye bye, my friend.
Thank you, everyone.